Good morning. The sun is rising again, and with it, so does the unfailing love of Jesus. Can you feel it? In the way light stretches gently across your room, in the quiet breath you just took, in the stillness before the world rushes in. That is His love. Steady, present, and deeply personal. He doesn't just love the world in theory. He loves you, right here, right now. He loves you when you're trying. He loves you when you're tired. He loves you through every version of you. And His love doesn't stop with us. It flows through us. That's what makes grace prayer so beautiful. For the past 6 months, we've built something sacred together. A space where love shows up first, where strangers become intercessors, where prayer is wrapped in compassion. We don't just say, "I love like Jesus." We try every morning to live it. So today's not just about receiving love, it's about becoming it. Let's ask Him now to make our hearts brave enough to love like His. Before we go any further, let's open the Word together and let it speak straight to our hearts about what it truly means to love like Jesus. This isn't just theology, it's a call to action, a map for how we show up in the world. And it begins with letting His love redefine our own. Let's begin with John 13:34-35. Love one another as I have loved you. By this everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. Jesus didn't say, love when it's easy. He didn't say, love when they deserve it. He said, as I have loved you. And how did He love us? Sacrificially. Unconditionally. First. This is more than an invitation, it's a commission. To love like Jesus is to go first. To forgive even when the wound is still fresh. To reach out even when they never reach back. To serve without waiting to be served. It means stepping into uncomfortable spaces and leading with compassion when everything in us wants to retreat. The power of this command lies not in its poetry, but in its challenge. Can you love like Jesus loved Judas? Can you wash the feet of someone who will betray you? That's the standard Jesus sets, not because we're capable on our own, but because His Spirit empowers us to do what the flesh resists. Love here is not passive, it is fiercely proactive. It seeks, it pursues, it heals. And why is this love so important? Because it's how the world knows we belong to Him, not by our theology, not by our church attendance, but by our love. The invisible God becomes visible through the way we treat each other. This is not optional, it's identity, and it's deeply countercultural in a world obsessed with getting even, proving rightness, and self-preservation. Let that sink in. Love one another as I have loved you. So today, ask yourself, who in my life needs that kind of love? Who needs grace before they earn it? Who needs mercy instead of my silence? Let love lead you to them. Let Christ's example be the lens through which you look. Let your love be inconvenient, surprising, undeserved, just like His. Now let's move to 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. These verses are often read at weddings, but they were written to a struggling church. Paul wasn't writing about romance, he was confronting division, and he wasn't vague. He gave us love in motion, patient, kind, humble, enduring. This is what love looks like. It's not abstract, it's not poetic fluff, it's daily, gritty, selfless choice. Patience here doesn't just mean waiting, it means not rushing people through their healing. It means not pushing your timeline onto someone else's growth. Kindness isn't just being nice, it's choosing gentleness over irritation. Every phrase in this passage is a confrontation against ego. Every line is a battle cry against self-centered love. Envy, boasting, pride. Those are the enemies of love. And love, true love, doesn't keep a record of wrongs. Can we say the same? Do we tally mistakes in our relationships like scorekeepers? Because love doesn't play that game. Love lays down the scoreboard and lifts up the person. Love doesn't wait for perfection. It shows up messy and ready to serve. Let's speak it together again. Love is patient. Love is kind. When you're tempted to snap, choose patience. When you feel unseen, still choose kindness. This kind of love is not about feeling, it's about decision. It's choosing the higher road, not because others deserve it, but because Jesus modeled it. It's choosing humility when your pride wants to rise. It's choosing peace over proving a point. Now let's go to Romans 5:8. But God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. This is the gospel in one verse. Love didn't wait. Love didn't check for worthiness. Love moved first. While we were at our worst, while we were still stuck, still selfish, still far, Christ made the first move. That's the kind of love that transforms, and not just transforms circumstances, it transforms hearts. Let this humble you, because we often wait for people to change before we love them. We wait for apologies. We wait for alignment. But Jesus didn't. He moved toward the unlovable. He chose the cross while we were still running the other way. And he did it not with resentment, but with joy set before him. Think about someone in your life who feels hard to love. What would it look like to move toward them instead of away? What if your love wasn't a response, but a reflection? A reflection of the one who loved you first, no matter the cost. This is where love gets practical and powerful. Let's read it again, slowly. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Let that truth wreck your pride and rebuild your compassion. Love doesn't ask, what do they deserve? It asks, how can I show Jesus here? That's how revival starts. One act of undeserved grace at a time, one heart softened, one wall torn down, one seed of mercy planted. Next, let's reflect on verse John 4:19. We love because he first loved us. This verse is both explanation and empowerment. Why do we love? Because we were loved first. Love is not something we generate. It's something we reflect. We are moons to his sun. We shine because he shines on us. And in a dark world, even a sliver of that love makes a difference. This also means we don't have to strive to manufacture love. We simply need to stay close to the source. The more you sit in God's presence, the more your heart starts to beat like his. His love doesn't just fill us, it flows through us. It's not meant to stop at us, it's meant to move. And this is crucial when you feel empty. Because you will. There will be days you feel too tired, too angry, too human to love well. But his love is never in short supply. It's not about your reservoir, it's about your connection. If you're dry, it's not because the river stopped, it's because you drifted from the well. Let it echo again. We love because he first loved us. So stay connected, stay near. Let his love recalibrate you every morning. Let it cleanse your reactions, soften your tone, reshape your priorities. Let it be the fire in your chest that burns judgment into compassion. And when you mess up, when you fall short, let his love be the hand that picks you up and sends you out again. And finally, let's turn to Luke 6:35. But love your enemies, do good to them. Then your reward will be great, and you will be children of the Most High. Jesus doesn't lower the bar, he raises it. Love your enemies? That's not natural. That's supernatural, and that's the point. To love like Jesus is to love beyond human limits. It's to offer kindness where it wasn't earned, to bless when you've been cursed, to respond with grace instead of retaliation, to say, I won't carry this bitterness one more day. This doesn't mean tolerating abuse, but it does mean letting go of revenge. It means refusing to let bitterness rot your spirit. It means trusting that justice is God's and love is yours to give. It means you are no longer a reactor, you are a redeemer by the Spirit of Christ in you. Let's speak it together. Love your enemies, do good to them. What if your act of kindness toward an enemy became the crack in their wall? What if your grace disarmed their anger? Jesus isn't just calling you to survive difficult people. He's calling you to shine in the middle of them, not to avoid them, but to love in a way that is so radically beautiful, it can only come from heaven. This is what it means to be a child of the Most High, to love in a way that only makes sense because heaven is in you. It's not safe, it's not easy, but it is holy, and it is possible because He lives in you. Let these scriptures shape your love today. Let them move you to action. Let them remind you, love is not a suggestion, it's your legacy. Let them be your mirror, your map, and your motivation. Let us pray. Jesus, I don't want to just talk about love. I want to live it, fully, freely, fearlessly. I want it to pulse through every thought, every word, every action. I want it to interrupt my habits and transform my instincts. I want to be known not by how loudly I speak truth, but by how deeply I extend grace. Because that's what you've done for me, over and over again, without hesitation, without condition. There were times I didn't deserve love, times I ran, times I doubted, times I failed, times I questioned my worth and hid behind shame. But you never withheld affection. You didn't pause to measure my performance. You loved first. You led with grace. And now, Lord, I want to love like that. I want to lead like that. I want to reflect you, not just in my prayers, but in my posture toward people. So today, I choose to lead with grace, not judgment. I choose to see through mercy, not assumption. I choose to pause before reacting. I don't want to be quick to criticize. I want to be quick to forgive, quick to cover with kindness, quick to make space for someone else's story, especially when I don't understand it. Teach me to listen with empathy, to bless with silence, to love without condition. Because truthfully, I've been that person who needed grace. I've been the one who messed up, who didn't get it right, who needed someone to see beyond the surface. And you did. You always do. Your grace isn't just my covering, it's my model. It's what I now offer to others. Not because they've earned it, but because I've been freely given it. Lord, make me fearless in love. Loving people is risky. It opens the door to rejection, to pain, to misunderstanding. But perfect love casts out fear, and you are perfect love. So I refuse to shrink back. I refuse to protect myself from the very thing you've called me to give. I will stop telling myself that distance is safer, because safety isn't found in isolation. It's found in your presence. I will love the hard to love, the guarded, the bitter, the broken, the ones who don't know how to receive it. I won't wait for it to be easy, because love that waits for convenience is not Christ-like love. Real love enters the mess. Real love stays when it's costly. Real love sits with the hurting and doesn't rush the healing. Have I been hurt by love before? Yes, deeply. But you've taught me, wounds can heal, but walls only isolate. And I don't want to live behind walls. I want to live with a heart wide open. Even if it breaks sometimes, I know you are the healer. I trust you to protect what I entrust to you. I would rather be bruised by love than hardened by fear. So I ask you to make me brave. Brave enough to go first, to apologize first, to forgive first, to reach out first. I don't want to be someone who waits. I want to be someone who moves first in love. That's who you are, Jesus. And I am becoming more like you. Even when my pride resists, even when my fear whispers, I will still move. Make me a peacemaker, not just a peacekeeper. Someone who builds bridges where others build barriers. Someone who listens long enough to understand, not just respond. Someone who serves without needing to be seen. Let humility be louder than my ego, and gentleness louder than my defense. Today, I choose to reflect you more than I reflect my emotions. Because let's be honest, my emotions don't always lead with love. They get defensive, they get tired, they want to protect, they flare up and shut down. But you call me higher, you call me deeper, and your love is the compass. It's the steady voice when my feelings fluctuate. So when I feel like pulling away, help me move toward. When I feel like giving up, help me lean in. When I'm tempted to close off, help me open up. When I want to withhold love, help me pour it out anyway. Let my heart reflect your heart, not just in belief, but in behavior. Not just in Sunday prayers, but in weekday interactions. Your word says, love one another as I have loved you. You didn't wait, you didn't withhold, you didn't count the cost, you just loved. That's the legacy I want to live. That's the mark I want to leave. Love that speaks even when the words are hard. Love that stays even when it's not returned. Love that heals even when it's been wounded. Let my love be inconvenient. Let it be holy. Let it be brave. Let it look like you. Sometimes I think I know what love looks like, until I'm asked to show it in the middle of my inconvenience, my exhaustion, or my pride. And it's in those moments, Lord, when I realize I need you to teach me again. Before anything else, I want to say this. To the one listening and praying with me through grace prayer right now, I love you, not because I know all your details, but because I've chosen to carry your heart in prayer. Because you matter. Because your breath is proof that God isn't finished with you. Because in this sacred space we've built, you are seen, you are valued, and you are loved. First by Him, and now also by me. Teach me humble love. The kind of love that doesn't seek to win, but seeks to serve. The kind of love that lifts others up even when no one's lifting me. I lay down pride today, not because I feel small, but because I know who I am in you. When my identity is secure in you, I don't have to dominate. I don't have to prove. I can just love, and that's freedom. True love is costly. It takes time. It takes energy. It takes courage. And yes, it can feel unfair. But you've shown me that what is costly is often the most Christ-like. You didn't love from a distance. You came close. You stepped into my mess, and you never made me earn it. Jesus, make my love that holy. Make it resilient. Make it deep. And Lord, let my love be healing, not just pleasant or polite, but powerful. I want to carry healing in how I treat people, in my tone, in my silence, in my presence. I want my words to be soft enough to comfort, but strong enough to lift. Because people are hurting, and sometimes what they need isn't advice, it's love that holds space. How many wounds could be softened if we just listened more? How many relationships could be mended if we were brave enough to go first in love? Help me stop waiting to be understood and start choosing to understand. I expect that love can change what anger never could. Love is not just an emotion, it's a revolution, one heart at a time. And I know, Jesus, that love must move. It cannot remain an idea. It must become action. You didn't just say you loved us, you proved it. You moved toward us. You laid down your life. And now you're asking me to do the same, not on a cross, but in daily decisions. So I will love not just with words, but with deeds. I choose compassion over comfort. I choose to be present over being distracted. I choose to be loving over being right. Because at the end of the day, my opinions don't heal, but your love does. My arguments don't transform, but your compassion can. It's so tempting to withhold love until I feel it. But today, I choose to become it. I don't want to just carry love. I want to become love. Let my life be a reflection of yours. Let my home be a sanctuary. Let my workplace be softer because I was there. Let strangers feel dignity when they're near me. Let the unseen feel seen. This is not easy, it's holy, and I need you to walk with me through it. Help me show up to every room, every person, every moment as a carrier of holy love. And when I get it wrong, and I will, pull me back. Remind me, love isn't about being flawless, it's about being faithful. So let my love be humble, let it be healing, let it be alive. In your name, amen. Coming out of prayer, my heart always feels softer, like it's been rewired just a little more into the shape of Jesus. But what do I do with that softness now? How do I live it out when I leave this moment? Let's reflect together. Who do you find hardest to love? Pause. Don't rush past this. Let a face or a name rise to the surface. Maybe it's someone who's wounded you, someone whose values clash with yours, or someone who simply drains your energy every time they enter the room. Whoever it is, what would Jesus do with them? He wouldn't avoid them. He wouldn't gossip about them. He wouldn't wait for them to come around. Jesus would move toward them. He would prepare a table in their presence. He would love with clarity, not compromise, but he'd still love first. This kind of love is bold, brave, counterintuitive, and completely Christ-like. So what does that mean for you today? What does going first in love look like in your real life right now? Maybe it's letting go of an old grudge. Maybe it's responding with gentleness when sarcasm feels more satisfying. Maybe it's not proving a point, but proving that love is stronger than pride. We often think love means we lose, that if we go first, we give the other person power. But the truth is, when you love like Jesus, you never lose. You lead the way into healing. You lead the way into peace. You lead the way into freedom, not just for them, but for yourself. And friend, I know it's not easy, especially when you've been hurt, when you feel unseen, when everything in you wants to self-protect. But I promise you, nothing heals faster than choosing love over fear and grace over ego. So here's your challenge today. Don't wait for the apology. Don't wait for them to go first. Be the one who moves in love. Let Jesus love them through you. Let his compassion speak louder than your comfort zone. And in doing so, you might just see the miracle of a relationship restored, a heart softened, or a soul reminded of its worth. This is what it means to follow him, not just with words, but with a life that loves like his. May your heart today be widened by heaven, soft, brave, and unafraid. May your words carry healing, your silence carry safety, and your hands carry grace. Love doesn't always look loud. Sometimes it looks like a quiet decision to try again, to stay, to forgive, to speak gently, to lead with mercy. May your love today be fearless, not because it's easy, but because it's Christ-like. Don't wait to be loved. Be the one who begins it. And if this prayer has moved your heart, would you take one more step with me? Pray for me too. I'm asking God to heal the tumor in my back completely. I want to continue this work, to show up, to pour out, to be faithful. But I can't do it without grace, and I can't do it without prayer. So would you whisper one now? Lord, consume every trace of that tumor with your healing power. Let Harold rise again in full strength, to love, to pray, to serve,